So you mentioned earlier about having time, failure of not having time for your family or anything that you're doing. Speaking of time, which sometimes just seem very limited in everything that we do, how do you make time between your business and family?
So again, so I'm really lucky for that case, and I'm really grateful in terms of I have a 10-year-old. So for him, he needs me. But I'm really grateful to my partner. He's always been a support. And I think it's not just because I'm a woman and I need a support of my partner, it's with everyone. Okay, so if you're a man and you don't get support from your partner, you will not be able to balance your work and personal life. So it's
So
not
true.
just it's not because of the gender, but it is, yes, when you have support from your partner, it makes a complete difference. Okay. In terms of how I balance the work and the personal life, it is how you get with experience. Okay, so earlier I used to do everything by myself. As I told you, when I started my business, I used to do. I started with doing the website myself, and it went on for a lot many years, and that's where my partner really played an important role in my life, and he made me realize that I need to start delegating the work, and that will not just um, give me time and create a balance, but it will also help the business to grow, because when I do what I do the best, and I have people that I can train that can handle the micro tasks that I have, that can handle the skill set that they have, then it is how I can grow personally and professionally as well.
Okay. That support is a big thing, whether it's from a partner or a family member or
Yeah,
even just friends. It
exactly.
makes a really big difference on what you can accomplish. Even though you should be your biggest cheerleader, it does make a difference.
Exactly. And forget about the partner as well. So he's apart from himself, my child is an amazing child. So he has been a strength for me to create this balance, because it's he's so understanding, and that's how you so it's a part of parenting. That's how you make the
Mhm.
child realize that everything is important. You don't make him crave for you, but you also make him realize that everything is important. Everything in my plate right now is important. He is as important as my work.
That's it. It's the because even with my boys, I've noticed, even though I'm working, my son, when he was a baby, he would grab his little fake computer and come sit next to me and pretend he's typing and doing a report.
Yeah, so that's how. So a few weeks ago, my child was like, I don't feel like working in my like I don't feel like studying in my room. Can I come to your room and you do your work? I just sit with you and I'll do my studies. And I was like, yeah, sure.
It makes them intrigued, not only in what you're doing, but just kind of taking the opportunity to learn new things, to even get into the business. Because my boys already told me, they're like, "Well, mommy, when you can't do it anymore, we're going to take over it."
Exactly. Yeah. So that's yeah. So he's really interested in all of this drawing and everything. So I'm like, you can become a graphic designer and you can handle that part of the business.
Yeah, that's the best way to start. And I think it shows them just the strength and how you manage things. It makes them figure out how to manage their own life and doing
Exactly.
their own things that they like to do.
Exactly. So it's very important for them to understand that if their parents are working, and it's not just when they grow old they have to work. It's just they have to manage their own lives. It
That's true.
creates a balance for them as well. If you are always available for them, they're not able to do things by themselves.
That's very true. That is so, so true.
Yes.
So you have to balance or what works for you, because one thing that works for you may not work for someone else,
Correct.
and balance for home and business. How do you fit in self-care?
Okay, so exactly my point. So people think, so the self-care word itself is kind of now having a lot of different definitions for people. Okay, because because of the social media and all of this exposure, people think that meditation is the best way of self-care. It is, I'm not saying it is not, it is, but it's not the best and the only way. Okay, everyone has their own idea of self-care. And when it comes, so going out and taking time for yourself is a part of self-care.
Yes,
Sitting in at home on your couch with a cup of hot water or tea or whatever you like is a part of self-care.
very
So
true.
the definition is really different for everyone, and people are not able to
Mhm.
understand that. They think that when it comes to self-care, there has to be a routine. When it comes to self-care, there has to be a set format. When it comes to, so for a lot of people, they think that when it comes to soils, I have actually talked to a lot of women. uh, for them, self-care is expensive. So yeah, so for them, it's like it's expensive in terms of money. It's expensive in terms of time. It's like we don't have time to go out on a spa. Like I work. I'm like, that's not wake up. That is not self-care we're talking about. Exactly. So, for self-care, my idea of self-care is having three different parts of it. So I do a little bit, which is kind of a daily self-care, and then it's a weekly thing, and then it's a monthly thing. So for
Okay.
me, yeah, so for me, I really like to have a relaxing spa day once a month, if possible. It is not necessary. If I'm not feeling like I should have a spa day for a month, I would just go out and do shopping. I would just sit with my family. So on a daily basis, I make sure that uh, I have at least, so all of us, we have at least one meal together in a day.
Yeah.
That for me comes in the part of self-care. Okay, and that is not a routine that you need to follow, and you're already eating your food. Okay, it's not
Yeah.
important that you eat your food in front of a computer. It's not important you eat your food in front of a TV. You can just sit with
Mhm.
your family and have food, and I can't tell you how relaxing it is.
It is. The
In
conversation, fun, especially with
exactly,
kids.
exactly. So, my idea of self-care on a daily basis is I just make sure that I don't, as soon as I get up, I don't really immediately take my phone in hands and start checking it and scrolling it.
That that is it. That's become a big
Is
thing.
exactly, and it is a very difficult thing to do.
It is, because you get that notification like, "Hey, what's the news? What's going on?" And the email you gotta
Exactly.
check. Like,
Exactly.
I
So
understand. I completely
it's
understand.
very difficult. For that, what I've done is I always keep a book along with the phone. So whenever I'm grabbing the phone, it's like, okay, I should grab the book. I just go ahead and read one page of the book. I just make sure. I try to meditate as well. I try a lot, but it's just meditation for me. So the idea of meditation for a lot of people is also you have to sit and you have to give time and you have to do 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not that. Okay. It's all
Mhm.
uh, that's an advanced stage of meditation and all of that. You can just before going to sleep for 5 minutes, just focus on your breath. Just so focus on your breath, and you're done. Okay, that 5 to 10 minutes of meditation can be the best part of your self care routine. You don't have to get up. You don't have to sit like that. You don't have to close your eyes. Obviously, you will close your eyes because you're trying to sleep. Okay.
Yes.
Just just when you're trying to sleep, just focus on your breath, nothing else. So
That's true. That
it
mindful breathing.
exactly. Do a lot of journaling, as I told you. So this reverse bucket list is one part of my self-care, and that's, so I used to do a lot of gratitude journals. I used to write about what I have and all that. Then after a certain point of time, it was becoming too monotonous, and it was becoming too
Mm,
boring for me, which happens with a lot of people I've read and I've heard. That's when I made gratitude a game. So now I either do it like a reverse bucket list, I either do it like a vision board. So I have a vision board where half of it is what I've already achieved, and half of it is what I'm trying to achieve. So
interesting.
yeah, so it's just different ways. That is what I'm saying. It's just different ways of doing self-care for yourself. Some people do not like to write. I
Okay.
am a crazy person for music. I like to hear music. And
Hmm.
any time of your day, any time of your week, if you're listening to music, that is self-care you're giving to yourself.
That's true. Very, very true.
So yeah, so the idea is absolutely upon you. For me, the definition of self-care is how much time am I giving myself just to know myself? If I am giving a little bit of time to know myself, if I know myself better this day, today, tomorrow, and this week, then I am giving time to self care.
Very true. Very, very true. There are different forms of self care, and it's not always about spending money. I talk a lot about home spas, like in the candle that you already have, polishing your toenails, or in the bubble bath, putting some salt in your water, just different little things, having a cup of coffee. Like I have my self care for me, it's every morning. 5 minutes after I've dropped everybody off, I'm having a cup of coffee and I'm
Yeah.
looking outside.
And that's the best. Yes. The best time, I tell you. When you drop your child, he's off to school, and you're like, okay, now 5 minutes. It's just this cup and me, and oh my god, wow.
So true. It's like a peace and quiet. I can center myself. And then after the 5 minutes, you go back to reality. It's like, okay, time to get moving.
Yeah, exactly. But that 5 minutes is more than enough for you to keep you going for the whole day.
That's true. It's so true. And I think with social media and celebrities, people think that it's spent a fortune just to show themselves love, which is not the case at all.
It's not. It's not.
Like,
And I don't know if so this is the actually the wrong version of how you look at people. That's why so the social media is not giving the lies to people, but the people are actually just picking up on the lies because they want to see them only the lies. They're not really facing the truths.
that's true.
So all these people, all these celebrities, they're really working hard. That's why they're
Yeah,
celebrities.
very true. That is so, so true.
Exactly.
And
People are not realizing that okay, so even if a movie uh, even if a hero, even if a person, even if a movie star, it's not easy to become a movie star, then it is not easy to stay in that and be in that celebrity status.
that is so true. We see it all the time. They're 1 minute they're a list, and the next minute they don't exist. We see
Exactly.
it all the time.
Exactly. So it's
So
it's the fake that we are buying. It's just that
yeah,
we all of us need to realize the truth behind whatever we see on the social media.
I think it's the trying to get away from reality.
Yes,
The trying to live through someone else instead of kind of fixing our reality and making it what we want it to be.
exactly.
And
So
I think
it's just the
that's why
grass
self
is
care become a big thing.
it is just people are actually, most of the people that I have also seen are living by this lie that the grass is greener on the other side of the garden. So
Mhm. They forget to water their own grass, as they say,
exactly, exactly.
because you don't know what type of grass it looks green. It could be paint. It could be fake. You
You
don't
know,
know what it is.
and
You
you're
just know it's green.
because you're stand exactly, and uh, uh, because you're standing on your platform, on your grass, obviously it is going to give you the flaws as well. But you're looking at
Mhm.
something which is away from you, so it's just gonna be a green color grass. That's it.
That's it. That's very true. And I think if people learn how to replant their own seeds and water their own grass, they'll notice that things will be a lot different for them.
Exactly. So I have just bought this journal, and this is so this says the greatest self-help book is the one written by you.
That is awesome. I like that. I
Yeah,
really, really like that. That is so true because, like we were mentioning earlier, not one thing is for everyone. So I think if how like we talk on the show, we talk about self-care, we talk about different forms of self-care, whether it be doing yoga, pilates, whether it's a mental day, whether it's going shopping or just dressing up and sitting at home. There's different forms of it, and I think if people just start to take a little time out here and there and write what works for them, how they feel as they're doing stuff, they may notice that they're creating their own book.
exactly. So when you write today, so people just stay away from writing all of this is because they don't know what to write. But just write whatever comes to your mind. If you had a
Yeah,
cup of coffee, write it. If you enjoyed the cup of coffee yesterday, write it. And when you go back and read it, so you will realize, okay, it's been 5 days that I haven't had that cup of coffee, but I really enjoyed when I had it. So you will start inculcating that into your self-care journey.
that's very, very true. That is so true. I know with me, it started off as I before I had kids and my husband, I always dressed up and I always did my makeup and I made sure I was put together. But once I had kids and my husband, I made sure they were okay. And before I knew, I was like, wait, what happened? Where did I go?
That's
So
what
I
happens.
slowly started to realize that, okay, you know what? Start putting on a cute outfit. Start doing your makeup. Start just having fun doing crazy styles in your hair.
Exactly. And that's what happens a lot with a lot of women because we just take a back seat. Okay, we just make sure
Yes.
that the everyone around us is always happy, they're satisfied, they're good with the work, they are being
Mhm.
fed off, they have everything they need, and then we just take a back seat. You don't have to take the back seat,
Yeah,
just go hand in hand.
that is very, very true.
Exactly.
Take that moment, take that 5 minutes, take that 1 minute, and just do you. Just woosah. And then you can start your day and take care of everybody else.
Yeah. It doesn't always have to be so. Okay, so for myself, I don't beat myself up if I am not able to grab that cup of hot water or coffee in the morning. If I don't have, I can do that in the afternoon. It's fine. It's just
Mhm.
that is what I'm saying. The greatest self help is your version of it, is when you write
Yes.
it.
Yep. Just test, like you're trying on clothes.
Yeah,
Try a different version of self care and see what works for you. That's
exactly.
the best way to do it.
You would not
So,
believe there have been a lot of people in COVID who have been struggling with all of this, but I
mm,
realized a lot about myself during COVID. I realized a lot of passions, a lot of likings that I had. I realized that I have some kind of connection with plants. I studied a lot about plants. I have my own garden now. So there's a lot of things that you realize when you start putting your head into it instead of just going the negative way and the wrong way.
that's true. That's true. They say that your mind control everything else, and then
Agree.
your mouth speaks the power
Exactly.
of whatever's about to take place.
Exactly.
So once we figure out how to talk to ourselves properly, how to be kind to ourselves, how to love ourselves,
So true.
it may make a difference in everyone else around us, but also make us feel better because usually we're our biggest critics.
And
It could
when
be the simplest we forgot, and we could be the biggest critics.
exactly. And you know what? When you are happy with yourself, everyone around is happy with you.
So true. So, so true. And it's not an easy fix. Don't get me wrong. It's not an easy fix. I'm not saying it's an easy fix or easy process at all. It takes time. You go through your ups and downs, but once you get that process that works for you, you kind of can snap back a lot faster.
Exactly.
So I think that's the best way to describe that. But I love that book.
Thank you. Thank you. It's not a book, it's a journal, but the heading is that. So it just gives you prompts that okay, so it gives you a different kinds of prompts, like so there's a heart which says just fill this heart and write the emotions that you're feeling right now. So it has to
Oh,
be
I like
written by
that.
you. They just have the prompts, so it becomes the self-help book at the end when you're filled with it.
I like that. Is really really neat. That is to our viewers. I think that will, if you're starting out in self care, that would be a really, even if you're already doing self care, I think that'd be a really good thing for you to invest in, so you can write your own self care help book as you're going through your process.
Yeah,
So
and you can
that
you
is
can connect with
cool.
me. I have been doing this, like I love journaling. You can connect with me. I can give you a lot of prompts. However, you can get a lot of prompts online as well, but I can give you some interesting prompts that you can get started with. So I'm open to that.
Awesome, awesome. See, the door is open. So before we leave, tell our audience how they can get in contact to work with you, how they can find out more about just your journey, because it's amazing and I think it resonates with a lot of women.
Since I am from this era and I'm running a digital marketing agency, you can find me everywhere. And luckily, my name is a little different. So it's a different kind of name. So just go ahead and search for Swapnicah Jain on LinkedIn. You will find me. Go ahead and search for Swapnicah Jain on Instagram. It's a personal Instagram. But for my agency, you have to go to AdsCaffe, which is AdsCaffe.com. And there you will find what all services we provide. And it's better you go to my LinkedIn profile. There you can connect with me and you will find everything about me, whatever I've been doing, all my journey. I do a lot of posts there. It The posts are related to self-care, the posts are related to digital marketing and all of that. Whatever comes in my mind, I just go ahead and keep on writing on LinkedIn. So yeah, so you can find me even on Google. You can just go ahead and write something.
Hi, beauties. It's yours truly, Tina F. Foy. In celebration of Women's History Month next month, yours truly will be hosting Pearls and Pumps High Tea in Atlanta. Please visit eventbrite.com for more details. See you soon.
The serum you've always wanted to try. The cleanser you've been dreaming of. The primer everyone's talking about are finally available. Get your glow on with Bella by Tina Foy. Skincare you love with values you believe in. Visit us at bellabytinafoy.com.
Come on.
Hi, Jennifer here again, Loving Me Style Sessions, owner of J. McCrae Style. So today what we're going to do is casual and chic, okay? We can definitely take this to lunch with the girls, out shopping, but it's a little chilly, right? It's spring, so let's throw on this jacket. So if you want to keep it youthful, you can go with a nice crop, maybe some puffy sleeves, firm sleeves. We like that, right? This is actually really warm too. It's got a great lining. This is sold at jmcraestyle.com. So is the jeans and the bodysuit. All right, so now we have something cute, flirty, ready for shopping at the mall, hanging out with the ladies, right? But if you want to go something a little bit more mature, and what's trending right now, okay, so what I absolutely love is a nice vest, right? A parfait vest. So this gives it a whole different look. I think it's a little bit more luxury, more mature even. So great look. Still, you're ready for brunch with the ladies. You're ready for a date or even coffee meeting, right? Meet me at Starbucks.
Hi, beauties. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget, if you don't take care of yourself, who else will? I'll see you guys next Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Bye, beauties. Enjoy your week.